We are back, and now we're going to go over a few things on our balance. And so remember, our concept is to move well, balance well, and see well. So now with the movement, we're going to use a lot of the same concepts. It's going to be an assessment, so we're going to assess some things, and then we're going to go right into the exercise now. But with the balance, we're going to be using, so no shoes on. So you really want to be in your safe but challenging position. So wherever you are in the house, you're going to be basically in a position where you can hold on to something. Okay, I don't care whether or not it's a dresser drawer, it's a chair, it's a club or something. You need something to hold on to. If not just to have it there for safety, because some people might not lose your balance. But this is based on your brain, your vestibular system. So that's where your balancing system lives in your brain. It's called your vestibular system. So now what we're going to do, Annie and I, we're going to go ahead and give you the basis is being in your neutral stance. A person's neutral stance should be your foot should be underneath your knees and your knees should be underneath your hips. And so that will be considered your neutral stance. So as you can see here, we're looking at basic neutral stance. So when we say neutral, we mean tall, feet underneath the knees, knees underneath the hips, okay? And then feeling what that feels like. And then the next stance is going to be your narrow stance. Narrow stance is going to be both feet touching. And then that's going to be our narrow stance, right? So always want to remember, if you're already feeling a little balance issue, this is, a tough position for some people to be in. But now the next one is going to be a tandem stance. So that tandem stance is going to be left foot in front of right foot. Now the easiest thing to do is just take the left heel off the right toe. But if you were to bring them together, that actually would challenge this balance system even more. And the next stance after that will be your single leg stance. So now with the single leg stance, you're just standing up. One foot is going to be down on the floor. So now the next thing we're going to be concerned about with balance is your head position. And we can go ahead and take a break from that. So those are the stances that we're going to be looking at. The neutral stance, narrow stance, tandem stance, and single leg stance. Now the next part of balance is going to be your head movement. So when we talk about balance, especially from the brain's point of view, when you move your head, you are actually activating your balance. So you have these areas where you have certain muscles. So you have muscles that actually will pull your neck up, down, to the side, and to the corners. So from the top right to your bottom left. So when we're able to do that, that actually will compromise balance. So what we want to do is train the brain to be able to have your head in any position, whether or not you're in a neutral stance, or a tandem stance. You should be able to control that movement. Then the next part of your balance will be taking one of your senses away, which is your visual system. So as we take your visual system away, we might have you in a tandem stance, looking to your left with your eyes closed and seeing how long you can hold that. So that will be you being able to test, okay, is this getting better? So the test is always going to be your exercise, your drill, but you also want to be making sure that you're doing this in a position where you are safe, because when it comes down to closing your eyes, you have to make sure you have something around you. It's very important, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Now, what we're going to do with Annie is going to actually have her stand here for about 10 seconds in her neutral stance. And so far, she has passed the test because she has not lost her balance. So that's what you're going to be thinking about. How does this feel? Do I feel okay? Do you feel comfortable? So now we're going to go ahead and have her bring her feet together. So as you bring her feet together, they should be touching. And now at this point, she's just going to be standing tall. Good, good, good. Nice, not a problem. So this has been about 10 seconds. You want to go for about 10 to 15 seconds, see how it feels to be able to do this. So now at this point, she's going to go ahead now and turn her head to the right and to the left. To the right and then to the left. Good, good, good. To the right and then to the left. A few times. Good, just to see what that feels like. Good. Nice. Okay, good, good, good. All right, now that's awesome. So now what she's gonna do now is she's gonna look up, extend, and then flex. And we're just looking for little variations of sway as she do this. All the way up, good. All right, we back down. Good, good. All the way up. And good. No variations of sway there. Good. So the next thing she's going to do, she's going to actually do that now with her eyes closed. So now she's going to, you're going extension and flexion, extension and flexion, and just a little bit of footwork now. Feet have to work a little harder. Now she's going to stop and then go rotational, side to side. Good, good. Side to side. Good. Getting a little bit of footwork, a little bit of engagement on the side that she's rotating to the right side. Good, good, good. Awesome. In time. Cool. Okay. So then now, how does that feel?
Well, I could feel a little wiggle as
Right.
I had my eyes closed, especially this way.
Yeah, going up and down,
Yeah.
extension, flexion. So because when you actually look up, your body should look up, and when you're looking down, especially your eyes, your body will go down. So think about that. As much as we're reading and we're looking at phones and things like that, as your eyes go down, that's going to pull your body down. So you really need to train your balancing system, because everybody has to deal with gravity, and gravity doesn't care who you are. It's going to be pushing you down. So the next thing we're going to do the same test with a tandem stance. So with the tandem stance, she's going to try first with her left foot in front of her right. And at this point, she's going to stand tall, see what it feels like. And now, we're going to go ahead and see if she now can, I'm just going to come this way to make sure that I'm giving her a spot. And you should do the same thing. Make sure you're somewhere where you're comfortable. Now she's going to rotate to the left and to the right. Good, good. So we see a lot more variation in the arm movement. Good, that's okay. Now we're just finding her safe but yet challenging position. So far, she's been good. She hasn't stepped out. That was pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that one. Now, we're gonna go ahead and test the other one. So take the left in front of the right. So there we go, good. And it's best to have that right foot right in front of the left foot. So now as we do this, she's standing tall there. And then now she's just gonna see what it feels like to rotate her head to the side, to the right, to the left. Good, good. Feeling the difference in her, now her feet are definitely having to work. The core is working a lot more, using a lot more leverage in the arms. That's okay. Good, good. Awesome, that's okay. That's all right. This is what balance training is all about. You're gonna lose your balance. So then that's good. So now we're gonna come out, and now seeing just exactly what this feels like, we're gonna switch the legs again. So we're gonna come back with the left in front. And then at this point, she's not gonna do anything but get where her balance is. And then now she's gonna go ahead and see if she can close her eyes. We can count that out for 10 seconds. 1, so you don't have to move your head yet. You just wanna close your eyes. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and try the other side. Let's try the other side. Good. So, and then abs are tight. Find your balance first. Find your balance. So now at this point, we're gonna have her just close her eyes. Good, good, good. Inhale, exhales. Good. And that's why we give it a 10 count, 15 count. So sometimes it's an endurance thing. How long will it take for you? So there we go. We're good right there. That's good. That's okay. That's exactly why we're doing it. The balance is based on, everyone's going to lose their balance, but it's based on also how fast can you recover? Can you find it fast? And she was able to, as she felt herself stepping off, she was able to say, okay, now I know where I'm at in space. So what we want to do is try to give your brain better predictability, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. The better we can predict, your brain will say, okay, if you're gonna go step off this curve and it feels unstable, your brain is gonna say all these muscles that she's feeling to be able to keep herself from falling, those muscles are gonna fire, because they're gonna think that she's falling because she's practicing falling and then recover, fall, recover. But you don't wanna fall, so that's why you gotta practice what it feels like to fall, so your brain can have better predictability instead of being somewhere and figuring out, oh, I'm falling, and you know the commercial, I can't get up because you never practiced falling. So Your brain wants to better predict. It's pattern. We're just creating patterns every day, all day. So as your brain can now create a better pattern of knowing where you are in space, having awareness. And the biggest thing we didn't talk about was her foot and ankle. Her feet were working a lot to help keep her balance. And so when we get to that mobility series, that's one of the first things we're going to work on is her ankles, being able to feel her ankles. The next part of the balance is her core. So when we get to the core area, she'll be able to know if I was to pelvic tilt, grip my toes down, that's going to help me with my balance. And the last one is just closing your eyes. I mean, that's just a tough one. When you close your eyes, you're taking one sense away, which is about 90% of the perception in the world. But that's why we want to learn how to do that, because sometimes you might find yourself doing something where you had to close your eyes and still had to be stable. So, okay, so then that was good. So the next level, I don't know how much further we can go with this, because that seemed like I wouldn't do any exercises past that where a person has a hard time using that balance. But I just want to show you where the next level will be. Might not be for you yet, but this is where it will be, okay? So what we will do is now have her go through that whole series on one leg. So, yeah, so now at that point, we're going to take the left foot, ground it down to the floor. The right foot's going to be up. And at this point, we want her to, once again, think about, okay, the foot's nice and strong, the core is nice and strong. And now we're going to have her turn her head left to right just a few times. I'm going to see what it feels like. Good, good. Inhale, exhale. Good, good. So, nice. Awesome. Good. We can see she's still maintaining balance, having to work a little bit, but that's good. That's not bad. So, okay, that's not bad. See, and so then now we're good with that one. We can see. Now we're going to go ahead and see if she can go up and down. So up and down. Good. Inhales, exhales. I like it. Good. Up and down. Feeling where your balance is, your core, your foot and ankle. And now you're just allowing your head to do what it's supposed to do to help you with balance. Good, good. Okay, cool. And now, well, so that's good. So then, and then the next one will be her actually doing that on the other leg. We would try that out. And then we would see if she could come back and do that same one with her eyes closed. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it. How are you doing?
Good. That was, I think I closed my eyes for a quick second on that last second. So I think that's why I tossed myself. Yeah. So the brain is thinking, sometimes when that happens, that's what they call startle. So your brain is thinking, it's too much for me to do all this, so I need help. So I'm gonna need to do something with my arm. I need to do this. I need to blink. I need to take a breath, just so we can get assistance with that one activity. So let's go ahead and try the other leg. So you're gonna crush your right foot down. So now she's gonna find her positions. Looks pretty easy here. Now at this point, she's gonna go ahead and start turning her head side to side. And over time, we will want more speed, because that's how the real life is. It's about fast movements, especially in golf. It really, the head's supposed to stay still, but at the same time, it does have to rotate. Good, good, good. Now we're gonna come back to the middle, and now you're gonna look up and down. Good, good. Awesome. There we go. Good, good, good. Okay, and then now the last one, go ahead and take a break there. Good, so you can put your leg down. So before we go to this last one, the last one will just be her standing there on one leg with the eyes closed. And then from there, if you could do that, eyes closed, can you then now move your head side to side? That's where we want to be, And, that there are not too many athletes who could do that and then do that well unless they are training that particular part of the brain. It just doesn't happen overnight. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and come back to the left foot. So, and then once again, if you're gonna do this exercise, you gotta do it in a safe but challenging position, somewhere in the area where you'll be able to grab onto something. So now, as she's ready, she's gonna go ahead and close her eyes. And you're gonna count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, good, good. Awesome. Cool. There we go. That was harder than it looks. It was definitely hard.
Right, yeah. So, okay, well, cool. So now we're going to stand tall, and then we're going to take the left foot up off the floor, Same thing, find your balance, and now we're gonna go ahead and take one of the senses away by closing the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool, awesome. Well, yeah, so right
hard.
there, we will see that the right leg gave a lot more challenge than the left leg. And I had the same issue when I had the first test taken. My right side was definitely off more, or I lost balance more, especially to my right. So what happens is I was told, because all the concussions I had when I was a kid, football, basketball, just being a kid, can cause that issue. So that's a drill that I would do sometimes just to kind of get me where I felt like it was making my equilibrium stronger, just because I had so many concussions. And we've all had them once or twice. We had them, but we didn't even know that that was a concussion. And so, but doing the drill, doing the exercise should actually make that better. So then that was the balance assessments. And what we want to do on the next video, we're going to do the vision assessments. So with that one, we're going to try to see if we can have some fun with some vision and making sure that your brain is actually giving you the right information so it can give you a better output. Okay? So next video is vision. So have fun, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.